Good morning, friends. Today we are going to continue the next part of the unit 2. Today we have to focus on the determination of osmotic pressure by the Barclay and Hartley method. We will see the construction and the working of this Barclay-Hartley method. You can see in the diagram that is shown. Very simple it is. First of all, the principle of this method is to apply the external pressure on the solution just enough to prevent osmosis. First of all, you have to prevent osmosis. Then the apparatus used was called the Barclay-Hartley osmometer as shown in the figure. This is the Barclay-Hartley osmometer. You can see here the capillaries are there, indicator capillary there. This is the reservoir is there. Okay, water reservoir is here. Here it is a solution, pressure is there, water, then metallic jacket is there, then the porous partition is there, porous, that particular you can see porcelain tube with the semi-permeable membrane is there. Then the osmometer consists of the porous porcelain tube with the copper ferrocyanide membrane deposited on its wall, is enclosed in the metallic jacket. All the description is given here, over here. Then one end of the tube is fitted with the reservoir of the pure solvent and a capillary tube at the another end. The jacket is fitted with the solution whose osmotic pressure is to be determined. Then mechanical pressure can be applied on the solution with the help of the piston connected to the pressure gauge. Water from the porous porcelain tube moves towards the solution in the jacket through the semi-permeable membrane. SPM is nothing but the semi-permeable membrane. As a result, the level of water in the capillary tends to fall down. External pressure is applied with the help of piston to such an extent that the water level in the capillary tube does not change. The magnitude of the pressure applied can be read from the pressure gauge. This pressure is equal to osmotic pressure. What is there? See, in the diagram you can see very well. What we are doing, first of all, that particular the jacket is filled with the solution. See, you can see jacket is filled with the solution whose osmotic pressure is to be determined. Mechanical pressure can be applied to the solution with the help of the piston. Here it is a piston. With the help of this you can apply the pressure. Then water from the porous porcelain tube moves toward the solution in the jacket through the semi-permeable membrane. Here it is a semi-permeable membrane, SPM is there, through which the water will goes to the solution. Then as a result, the level of water in the capillary tends to fall down. Here the level of this water will getting fall down. Then external pressure is applied with the help of piston to such an extent that the water level in capillary does not change. The magnitude of pressure applied can be read from the pressure gauge. This pressure is equal to osmotic pressure. You got this point very well. That Barclay and Hartley method is there. That our osmometer name is the Barclay-Hartley is osmometer. Principle of the method is that we have to apply the external pressure on the solution just enough to prevent the osmosis. Sometime the 5 marks question will be there based on this. You have to draw the diagram, then you have to write the explanation. This osmometer consists of the porous porcelain tube with the copper ferrocyanide membrane deposited on its wall and is enclosed in that particular metallic jacket. One end of the tube is fitted with the reservoir which has the pure solvent and the capillary tube at the another end. Capillary tube is at the another end. The jacket is filled with the solution whose osmotic pressure is to be determined. Then the mechanical pressure can be applied on the solution with the help of the piston connected to the pressure gauge. Then the water from the porous porcelain tube will move towards the solution in the jacket through the semi SPM. And as a result of this particular thing, the level of the water in the capillary tends to fall down. External pressure is applied with the help of the piston to such an extent that the water level in the capillary tube does not change, and such a pressure is called as the osmotic pressure. Then what is the isotonic solution? It is very much important as the MCQ point of view and as the definition point of view. When the two solutions have the same osmotic pressure at a given temperature, they are said to be isotonic. Isotonic solution are of equimolar concentration. Now we have to move towards the another concept, that is the reverse osmosis. What is the RO? You are taking the RO water. When the pressure applied on the solution side of the semi-permeable membrane is more than the osmotic pressure, then the solvent will start flowing from solution towards the pure solvent across the SPM. This phenomena is known as the reverse osmosis. This is called as the reverse osmosis. What is the reverse osmosis? When we will apply the pressure on the solution side of the SPM is more than the osmotic pressure, then the solvent will start flowing from the solution towards the pure solvent across the SPM. This phenomena is known as the reverse osmosis. You can see in the diagram. The diagram is shown there. First of all, first case is the osmosis. You know, in the osmosis what happens? Solvent to solution that moves. But in case of this here, the solution to solvent it will move. The arrows that indicated here, clear cut indication is there. Direction of the flow of this particular thing from the solution to the solvent, and here solvent to solution. In our diagram, water is kept on one side of the SPM and the solution on the other side. Under the normal osmosis, water crosses the membrane into solution. In reverse osmosis, pressure more than the osmotic pressure is exerted on the side of the solution. This pressure forces the water molecule leaving behind all the from the solution into water across the SPM, leaving behind all the dissolved salt. The amount of pressure required depends on the salt concentration in the solution. And this is particularly, you can see, we have to talk regarding the RO system. It is very much important part of this particular thing. Some terminology is used in this particular RO system. Here it will be the feed water, then the high pressure pump, reject stream is there, and then you can get the permeate and the reject stream permeate, that we have to see that. What is the fed water? The solution from which the pure water is to be obtained, it's called as the fed water. Then the permeate, the desalinated or demineralized or deionized water obtained is called as permeate. And the reject stream, the water which does not pass through the RO membrane and contain the contamination salt, forms the reject stream. This terminology are important. Sometimes they may come for the MCQ purpose of view. See, RO system is very simple one. The fed water is pumped into the vessel fitted with the suitable RO membrane. Under the influence of the high pressure, pure water passes through the RO membrane as shown in the figure. The rate is given by rate of flow of water is equal to delta P minus delta pi kW A by delta. That is a delta P is nothing but the hydraulic pressure differential across the membrane, osmotic pressure differential across the membrane, Kw is the membrane permeability across the water, then membrane area A, and delta is the membrane thickness. RO membrane, the choice of the RO membrane depends on the nature of the feed water. Two types of the natural that material made up of the bulk of the commercial nature of the feed water. Two types of material make up the bulk of commercial RO membrane. They are cellulose acetate and aromatic polyamide, aramide. Okay. Then what are the application of the RO system? All are habitual of this. This RO technique is used in the Gulf countries for getting the drinking water from the seawater. Rainwater collected from the sewers is purified using the RO technique to obtain the pure water. The household water purified includes a step of RO for improving the water for drinking purpose. The household water purified includes a step of RO for improving the water quality for drinking purpose. In industries, RO is used for removing the minerals from the water which is used in the boilers of the power plants. RO along with the ion exchanger is now extensively used by electronic industry to produce ultra pure water for manufacturing electronic components. It is used to clean the effluent and the blackish water. In food industry, RO is used to concentrate the fruit juices. RO is also used to purify the liquids in which the water is an impurity. These are the certain applications of this RO system. It is very much important. Sometimes the 5 marks question will be there on the RO membrane and the RO system. It is very simple thing is there in the RO system. You can see and you have seen already. Here you can go through this particular diagram, very simple diagram. You have to remember this, just fed water means what, then the reject stream means what, and the permeate means what. Fed water, permeate water. Then one more important thing is there in the during the practical, that method is there, the RAST method, that we have to use for the determination of the depression of the melting point, or say you can call it the freezing point by the capillary tube. The RAST method is for the determination of the molecular weight of the solid which dissolved in the camphor. The depression in the freezing point is so large that the ordinary thermometer can be used to note the depression in freezing point. A capillary tube is sealed at one end and a pure powder camphor is introduced in it. The capillary is then tied to a thermometer and the melting point of the camphor is noted using the glycerol bath. The weighed amount of the camphor and the solid in the ratio 10:1 is melted in the test tube with the open ends with open end sealed, one end sealed. The solution of the camphor and the solid is allowed to cool naturally. The solid form is then powdered and introduced in a capillary with the sealed end. The melting point of this mixture is noted. The difference in the melting point of the pure camphor and the mixture of the camphor and the solid gives the depression in the freezing point. It is given by the delta Tf is equal to T0 minus T. Multiple readings may be required to obtain accurate value of the temperature. Very simple it is again. I think so you got this RAST method, very simple in that there is nothing more is there in the laboratory. While during the practical we will see how this RAST method is used to calculate, or say used to determine the molar mass of this particular solid. Important things are there. RO is very much important. Sometimes the 5 marks question will be there based on this RO. Please go through this video. If you are having any difficulty, any doubt, you can freely ask. Please don't keep this doubt as it is. Okay, please go through this particular all this thing, then you can realize that you are getting or not. Please go through this video very well. Please take the questions for the test. All the questions are there. If questions are not there, please ask me. Please start the test, because when you for the exam it is very much important. You have to remember these things. Ask everybody to go through this lecture. If you are not getting any part, you can freely ask to me. Okay, today we will stop here, and next part we will continue in the next lecture. Be safe, be at home.